as we do every Friday at 7:40, we learn a lot during this segment. The intern and myself do, because of this man right here, Allan Bell from CBS SportsLine. Hey, Allan, how are you, pal?
Hey, I'm fantastic. Look, shout out to all the guys over at Donaldson Cafe and Catering, man. How fantastic are they?
They're wonderful, and we did it during Thanksgiving. They served 960 meals that day.
That's incredible, man. Good for them. They're doing a really great service for the community. Big shout out to those guys.
Hey, man, you doing okay?
I'm fantastic, man. How about you?
I'm doing well. So people are thinking, all right, now football's done, and now college basketball's done, but the gambling world, Allan Bell, never sleeps, does it?
It never, ever sleeps. There's always something. If you want to put some money on a couple of boys shooting darts over there off Donaldson Pike, you can do that, man. It doesn't matter.
We're going to pull up again. We just go to the BetMGM line here. I got some questions today for you, and you know more about this than we'll ever know. So I'm talking about this Major League Baseball. We'll start off. And my question is, on the right here, you see the run spread, all right, at 1.5. Tell me how the 0.5 works, Allan.
Yep. So essentially, you're looking at that game right there. Diamondbacks at Mets. The Diamondbacks, they're the underdog, so you can either take them plus 180 on the money line, meaning if you put down $100 and they win, you win $180. Or you could play it plus 1.5, like you just said. All right. And what that means is that you essentially now have a run to work with. Okay. So the Diamondbacks could lose 3-2, but since you have plus 1.5, you win that bet. On the opposite side, if you're on the Mets, them being the favorite, their run line is minus 1.5. So what you have to do is you've got to get the Mets to win by 2 runs or more. So you'll see that, the juice, so to say, kind of evens out when you play those numbers, gives you a little bit of insurance, or makes it a little bit less expensive of a bet.
My goodness, if you put money on this, and then the bullpen comes in and blows it. Yeah. I mean, I would go crazy on this.
I'll tell you this, okay? The other night, I had the Braves on the run line, minus 1.5, okay? They're up 7-3, all right, in the 9th inning with 2 outs and an 0-2 count, and they somehow lose 7-6, or they somehow win 7-6. I was so mad. I'm telling you, I was sitting there just like red face, like you've got to be kidding me. Yeah,
I've seen I'm scrolling down here. Is every game the 1.5 run differential?
Yeah, that's the standard. That's what they go with, right? So it's the same thing in hockey. If you look at the NHL, when you're betting hockey, it's the exact same way. You're either going to bet what they call the puck line, which is the 1.5, or you're going to bet the money line, and that's just winning the game straight up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so there we go with all that and said. Okay, so for those with the money line, don't know, for those who are just starting out, that throws away the spread, correct?
Correct. Yep. That is just a win. And you'll see, right there, you've got the Winnipeg Jets and the Florida Panthers. So the Panthers on the money line are what? Minus 250. Correct. Right there, meaning if you play, and I'm just using this as the standard number because it's easy. If you put $100 on that, on the Panthers to win, you're only going to get, what is that, 25 back? Like you'd have to put 250 down to win 100. On the opposite side, because the Jets are such an underdog, if you put $100 down at plus 200, you would win $200. You would essentially double your money if they won the game.
So we can go, I hope I put the right thing. All right, so we can go ahead and pick who we think can win the Stanley Cup, correct, right here?
Yep. Outright winner, correct.
All right, so I'm going to see what the Predators on there, plus 4,000. Good time to do this now, or do you wait before the playoffs start? What's your mindset on this?
Yep, so what you're going to do is, now you're going to get your best numbers here, and as it goes along, those numbers are going to decrease because obviously we get closer to the title, teams get eliminated, etc. What you can do here is we're far enough out that you can use the numbers against the books. So say the favorite right there, the Avalanche, they're what, plus 250? I can't read that. I think it's plus 250. Yeah. Okay. So is it 2 or 350?
350.
All right, 350. Okay, so you could take that. You could put $10 down, put the same amount on the Avalanche, the Panthers, and the Flames, the 3 top favorites. You put $10 on each one of them. Then now you're getting guaranteed profit if either of those 3 teams win. So you bring down your total money that you're going to get back, but you build yourself insurance because you've just added 2 more teams.
Look at you. I would have never in my world thought of doing that.
Yeah.
Never thought of it. All right. So now what's more stuff coming on for the April? I know we got the NFL draft coming up, Kentucky Derby. What are people going with right now? Because you got to think what's the college basketball slowed down 2 weeks ago. People looking to spend their money elsewhere. Where are most of the people going to?
Yeah. NBA is huge right now. So we've got 2 play-in games for the playoffs tonight. You're going to have the Hawks at the Cavaliers, and you're going to have the Pelicans at the Clippers. So those 2 games are getting massive coverage, betting coverage, etc. And then the NBA playoffs in full start tomorrow. So yeah, the NBA is going to get a ton of attracted bettors, more than probably any other sport by far, at least right now. And not only are people betting spreads and the totals and money lines, but when you click into either one of those games, what a lot of people do are betting props, right? So they're betting player props. So if you click at the top, player props, you will be able to, So if you don't want to bet on the game, on the spread or the total, because they're difficult, trust me, they're very, very difficult. You could bet on, Darius Garland for the Cavs, Vanderbilt guy, right? You could bet how many points he's going to score tonight, over or under. You could bet rebounds, steals, anything. So a lot of people like to go the player prop route instead of betting the actual game. I
would go crazy if I take Garland over 26 and he ends up with 25. I mean, but that's what they call it gambling, right?
Yeah. What makes it so much fun is that however you bet a game, it changes the way that you watch it, right? So let's say as a show, we all take Darius Garland over 26.5 points tonight. Let's just say we're all doing that for fun, right? So tonight, when you watch that game, you're wanting him to shoot every time, right? Regardless of who wins or who loses, you're just like, let Garland shoot the ball. So yeah, man, it's a lot of fun for sure.
You know what? I don't know much about the NBA, but every time I look at Trae Young's banging 40, so I would take the over on that.
Yeah, Trae Young the other night, he only essentially played 2 quarters and he scored 24 points. Ooh. So yeah, man, Trae Young, he puts up a ton of shots. So you always have a good opportunity to hit his overs.
I love this. I had no idea this page existed. That's why I'm glad you're on here. First field goal of the game. I mean, this is like the first touchdown when you do the NFL.
Absolutely. Yep, it's exactly like that, right? And there's so many things that you can do in regards to these. Another fun one is I like finding how many 3-pointers, somebody is going to make in an individual game. And, I don't have those in front of me there, but you could, bet. Yeah. So if you hit 3-pointers right there at the bottom. Yeah. All right. So now, so you could bet on how many that they're going to hit. You could bet over unders, etc. There's so many ways. So there's a lot of people who might not care regardless about this game whatsoever. They might not care about anybody in the game except, say, Trae Young, one player. They're like, look, I know this guy, and I could bet all of his numbers, not worry about anything else, and feel good about doing it.
So real quick, Trae Young, it's minus 190. If you put $100 on him to hit 3-pointers, how much do you get back?
You would get back, what is that, 90? You would have to put $190 down to win 100.
Oh my goodness. Is that people do that, Allan?
It's a lot of juice, right? So that's what we always talk about is you've got to find your bets, that you're not putting so much risk out there. But if you go down, one player, Darius Garland, minus 140. So that's betting $140 to win 100. So yeah, it goes to show you how much Vegas assumes that that's going to happen. Right. Minus 140 is about a 64% statistical probability of hitting. So yeah.
Look at you throwing numbers and percentages on me.
Hey, kids, stay in school. Do your math homework.
I went to McGavick. I don't understand this nonsense. All right, Part man, you're the best.